Hi, my name is Dino V. I hope you're good and thank you for watching this. Um, I may look shattered and exhausted, but it's been a busy day and I just want to state I do not support this football team. Um, I've been in Liverpool. It's been a very emotional day. I'm sure we have a lot of emotional days, but today has been a sentimental journey. Um, Today I've been on a magical mystery tour, Cavern City Tours bus around Liverpool. So I've been to John, Paul, George's and Ringo's house. So I've been to Menlove, Forthlin Road, even went to where the Emperor's pub was, their houses, Penny Lane, Strawberry Fields, uh, Woolton. It's been a really, really emotional trip and taking you obviously way back to when the Beatles had no idea what they would achieve and what they would do. And today's obviously a very important day. It's the day when we got to hear the new Beatles single, Now and Then. I was at a listening party at the Liverpool Beatles Museum, which Roag best hosted and sorted out, and it was a very, very beautiful thing. It was very emotional. There were people sitting at my table crying, and we were all in shock and awe and the beauty of hearing it. I mean, it's been a long journey, hasn't it? And if you, I mean, you think that came out in 1995, Free as a Bird. What's that? 28 years ago. Then the year after, we had Real Love. All four mates reunited together. Obviously, when these were done, John had sadly passed away many years before, but since that, George has been taken away as well. I mean, it's been a long journey, hasn't it? What a journey they have had. I mean, before their first album, they'd been together for a few years as it was and knew each other, but they started there and finished there. More John's journey and all in between. I'm trying to do the first album they released solo and the last album. And I know George did electronic sound, Wonderwall, and John did stuff with Yoga, but I'm talking solo albums with music on. What a journey it's been. Remember this? This photograph was shown October the 3rd, 1995, and people couldn't believe that the three remaining Beatles are going to get together with John Lennon. Music that he'd recorded as demos in the Dakota and Yoko had given to Paul. So we had Free as a Bird, we had Real Love, and there was another one they worked on Now and Then, which they didn't finish. Isn't that right, young John? So Now and Then, listening to it today, as I say, it was very, very emotional. Also went into the Cavern Club today. So today feels like a whirlwind day, just taking me back through their lives, just for when they were born, when they grew up, and then he'd catch a bus to go there and became friends there, and John nick to Strawberry Field and look at the gate, and George would be on a bus. Excuse me. So it's very emotional. Then going down to the Cavern, where obviously it became the biggest thing in Liverpool, and then further on down Mathew Street, say to the Beatles Liverpool Museum, to sit there with many other people and listen to the song. The anticipation was incredible. I can't describe it. You got to think when Free as a Bird and Real Love came out as well. The internet was in its infancy, so there wasn't. I mean, there was big media speculation about it all, but no hype like there was with this Now and Then. And I can't really. It's too quick for me to analyse a song. I heard it twice. In the Liverpool Beatles Museum. Roag did a counting, then it got messed up, so he did another counting. It was great. We're all human, aren't we? And then it was played twice, Now and Then, and we just sat there and like, oh my God, listen to John's voice. That's Paul's counting. Is that guitar bit of George? Listen to Ringo doing the drums. That's John and Paul singing. Listen to that orchestration. Just, it was almost too much to take in. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. It was just mind-blowing and mind-boggling to listen to John's voice cleaned up and just sounding beautiful, and the four mates together again on what is probably the last single ever released. When I got, because it was too much, I couldn't take it all in, and now I've got to listen to it out of there, and I've listened to it a couple more times. I've only listened to it 4 times so far. Every time I hear it, I'm hearing something new, but this is just my take and angle on it. So when John is singing Now and Then I Miss You, this is my take on it. If this was done in 77 or 78, my opinion, it's not singing about Yoko because he's with Yoko, unless he wrote it when he was separated and he was with May Pang. This is my thought. This is Dino Vescera's thought. I think he's singing about Paul. That hit me tonight when I was going through the lyrics. Now and then, I miss you. So he's saying not all the time, just sometimes I miss you. If we must start again. Now and then, I want you to be here with me. I am convinced he's singing about Paul. He's saying to his mate, I miss you, mate. Just now and then. It'd be nice to get together again. And there's even like some of the lyrics and lines, it sounds like he kind of wants to get back together. Maybe they will. Not necessarily to reform the Beatles, but as mates. Again, that's my take and angle on it. And we'll have our takes and angles. And that's what's brilliant about the music. But that kind of hit me tonight thinking, is Paul... Sorry, get the Beatles right. Is John singing to Paul? Now and then, mate, I miss you. Now and then, I want you to be there. What do you think? Do you think the same? So I'm not going to analyse and break down the song. That's just my quick opinion. As I say, it's been a very long day going around Liverpool, Beatles homes, Beatles haunts, the Cavern, and then this song. Mine's absolutely frazzling with beauty and emotion. I believe it's better than what I thought it would be. It's just great, isn't it? Now and then. Hopefully it's going to be the British #1 single next week and the first Beatles #1 single since the Ballad of John and Yoko in 1969, giving them 18 #1 singles. But what do you think? And I say about the lyrics, now and then I miss you. Who is he singing about? You could say it could be Stuart Sutcliffe. I don't think it'd be Brian Epstein. I believe it's Paul. And that's why I believe it's so personal to Paul to be so involved in doing it. Of course, Paul doesn't always take control, but he is like the master mixer, producer of many things, and he's a driving force like he was at the end of the Beatles for the last few years.